The setting may have been a familiar one to Bradley Wiggins, warming up trackside at a velodrome, but there was a very unfamiliar look to things in more ways than one. Great Britain's most medalled Olympian retired from cycling in 2016, but has since been bulking up and training for his competitive rowing debut at the British Indoor Championships. How much Wiggins can achieve in rowing will become clearer with more experience, but he's been getting advice from those who've reached the very top of the sport.
Not even knowing anything about rowing, you can look at the lineup and think, OK, he has a different body shape at the moment compared to Adam Neal, who won. He spent years and years making his shoulders aerodynamic, whereas as a rower you try and get him out like that.
In this first race, a bearded Bradley found himself up against members of the elite British men's team, as well as some more recreational rowers. Suggestions were that Wiggins was targeting a time of around 6 minutes, but his rhythm was disrupted early on when he appeared to slow down after mistakenly hearing a call for a false start. Speaking after the race on social media, Wiggins called it a schoolboy error and vowed to come back stronger.
Brad stopped for a second, and even though it wasn't a long time, it'd be enough to get in his head just as he's about to find his rhythm, and then I'm sure it would have been niggling him, whereas the other guys just carried on, and if he rode for a while, you don't stop till everyone else has stopped.
You may wonder why Bradley Wiggins even wants to do this to himself. What's left to prove for a 5-time Olympic champion, a multiple world record holder, and of course a Tour de France winner? That all came on a bike. He's back in the saddle here in a very different type of competition though, and although he may be disappointed with today's time, it could be the start of a journey that leads to him taking a spot in a Team GB boat at Tokyo 2020.
He'll be hurting a lot because, like anyone who's knows their body and knows they can perform, sets a target, doesn't achieve it. He'll be hurting, but he won't leave it like that.
The former cyclist faded to a disappointing 21st in the 2-kilometre race, finishing more than 30 seconds behind GB Rowing's Adam Neal.
For Brad, I think it's actually quite a good score because our first attempt of a 2K test, that's actually pretty good, and generally people improve quite quickly on their first few goes. So I'd imagine if he did one, next week, he'd maybe knock off 5 seconds and then him up, 10 seconds. So he's gonna improve quite fast to start off with. Where he'll peak out, I don't know.
At the end of what's been a controversial year for Wiggins and his reputation in cycling, it wasn't too surprising then to see him make a quick exit after the race. Not the result he wanted either, but for the man who will be 40 years old by the next Olympics, he still seems determined for one last shot at success.